Hello, hello. I am live on the Tatiana James YouTube channel. Haven't been live in a while, so this is new. It's because I've been traveling quite a bit, been around the world, and haven't really had a chance to sit down and have a chit chat. So that's what I'm here to do today, is answer questions, catch up with you guys, share a little bit about what I've been up to. So I'm just gonna hop over here and just make sure that I can log into my YouTube so that I can read your comments. And I'm just gonna go over right now. There we go. Perfect. So I'm gonna be able to read your comments over here. So, where are you from? I always like to ask people, when I'm starting a live stream, who are you, what's your name, and where you're from, because it's so cool to find out where everyone is from around the world, and it's cool how we can all connect through this live stream right here all together. And right now I'm drinking a green juice, so this is like an all greens juice from Erewhon. I'm obsessed with green juices, so good for you. When I drink juice, I don't drink fruit juice because it's pure sugar, especially since it's squeezed, so there's no fiber left, and the fiber is what helps the sugars to absorb slowly. So I just drink greens, very low sugar. So, who do we have here? We have got Samara, we've got someone from Edmonton, someone from Scottsdale, Arizona, another one from Arizona, Alvarez from Switzerland, Samara from California, Renata from Serbia, Brooke from Georgia, Kaula from Spain, Jacqueline from Texas, Jack from Ecuador, from Singapore, California, Michaela from Maryland, from Vancouver, that's my hometown. Awesome, very cool, guys. So thank you for joining me live. I'm in Los Angeles. So I'm here in Los Angeles. A couple days ago I was in Dubai, and then a couple days before that I was in Kenya, and then I was in Tanzania, and I've been really all over the place because that's my lifestyle. I actually don't have a home right now, so the only thing I have is a storage unit. I've got a storage unit in Panama, a storage unit in Canada, and a storage unit here in Los Angeles. So Stefan and I were living that nomadic lifestyle and just traveling all over the place with our suitcase. And yeah, it's like we have these digital businesses and we live the laptop lifestyle. So why not enjoy that while we can? We don't have kids right now. We don't have a dog. We don't have a house. So we're really just enjoying that freedom to be wherever we want to be, whenever we want to be. Because by the end of next year, our plan is to actually immigrate to the US, to move here to Los Angeles, to buy a nice, beautiful home, our dream home, the home that we've both had on our vision boards for a number of years now. To get a dog and to start a family. So we have big plans for next year. And so for the next little while, for the next year, we're just gonna be traveling all over the world. And because we know, you can travel with kids and a family, but it is more of a challenge. So we kind of want to do that now selfishly and just enjoy ourselves. But it's so cool how we have the capacity and the ability to make our dreams come true, because I've had a number of vision boards now, and if you guys don't know what a vision board is, I have a video about how I make a vision board and what is on my vision board. But it's so cool how you can manifest and create the life that you want. And I mean, we are blessed. Many of you are in Europe, in North America, in countries where you have a tremendous amount of access to technology and to resources to really create the life that you want. And it's so cool how we can have a picture, a vision of what we want. Like we've had this house, this vision for this home that we want to buy in Los Angeles. and it's coming true. Everything that we've ever desired is coming true. You know, I am blessed and I'm humbled to live this lifestyle of being able to travel all over the world. I never thought I would be able to do this. It was never on my radar, but once it became a reality for me, once it started to say, wait, I can do this. I can create the future that I want. Because I used to have all of these mental blocks. I used to think, oh, it's only for those people. Oh, it's only because, you know, they had a rich family. Oh, it's only because of this and that. And creating all these limiting beliefs, these excuses of why I can't have the life that I would truly desire. And that's all just bullshit, you know, that's all just the mind having fear to do things. And so it comes up with excuses and reasons why you can't do that. And the truth is that you can do it. You are fully capable of doing whatever it is that you set your mind to, as long as you're dedicated and willing to work hard and work smart. And so it's fascinating how much one can achieve in a few years, and it's amazing what having a vision and having goals can really do for you. And it's been, you know, it makes me, you know, shake thinking about how this is now a reality for us and this life. And so it's very, very cool. I'm very blessed. And that's why I have this YouTube channel, because I feel so blessed to be living the life that I live, that I want to share that with you guys and at least present the opportunity to you so that you know and you feel encouraged that you can also create the life that you want. You're not stuck living the life that your parents lived, you know, living in the same neighborhood that your whole family lived for generations. You can be your own self and create your own destiny, and you're not subject to your past. Your past does not equal your future. And so hopefully this channel, at least I can share with you the different opportunities that you have and that are available for you, and so that you can create your own future. All right, anyways, so been around. This weekend we are doing a mastermind. So Stefan and I are doing a mastermind about online business, and there's about 12 people attending. It's an intimate mastermind here in Los Angeles, and we have another one coming up in December and then one in January, and I think that they're already sold out. But if you guys are interested in masterminding with us, make sure that you subscribe to my mailing list. The link is in the description of this video, because that's how you'll get notified when we do have openings for that. And then from there, I'm heading over to Vancouver just to visit my family. I'm doing a little girls trip with some girls that are my best friends from high school. So getting back and touching base with them. And then from there, I'm going to Vegas and going to Tony Robbins' Business Mastery. So I enrolled in his Business Mastery event, which is going to be, you know, life-changing for my business and myself and my growth. And yeah, so lots of travels after that. Anyways, let me get into your questions, or we'll be here forever. Okay. So hi Tatiana, when might you be restocking your short torso waist trainers? So the Luxe Curves waist trainers are gonna be in stock next week. So we had a new shipment arrive this week, and they should be all in stock by next week on our website. Not on Amazon, just on our website. Any tips for teens who want to start a business? So my advice for teens is, you know, when you're a teenager, you might have a lot of extra time on your hands, because, you know, maybe you're living at home, maybe you don't have a job. And so with that extra time, instead of oftentimes teenagers, I know myself included, spend that time on social media and just consuming content and looking at other people's stuff, watching videos and entertaining yourself. but be smart with your time, because this is time that you're gonna wish you had once you become an adult and you have responsibilities and you got to go to work and you get tired at the end of the day. So if you use your time wisely when you're a teenager, you can use that time to grow and to develop yourself and learn. So as a teenager, I would recommend consuming content to help you grow. Read books, business books, self-development books. It's fascinating how intelligent teenagers can be. So it's crazy how some kids, they will go on to be like super successful, and it starts at a very young age. And so if you can really use that time to wisely and just figure out what it is that interests you and just go deep with that. Whatever it is that it's interesting you, go deep with it, study it, learn about it, obsess about it, because that's how everything starts. If you want to master something, you have to study it. If you're not willing to study it, then don't expect to master it. So use that time. I was recently in Kenya and did a meet a wee trip. And on that trip, there were a bunch of families. And the families, they brought their kids. And oftentimes there were a lot of teenagers. And some of those teenagers they're amazing. They're so smart. And I was just shocked at how intelligent they are. And at that age, I was not talking the way they talked, and they're so polite and well educated, well mannered, and so evolved, and they know something about everything, and it's impressive. And it's because they study and they take things seriously. And so I say, just at this point, just study and learn, and don't just study things from school. Like, go out of your way to self-educate and find out what it is that you enjoy. When you see an opportunity, study it. If you see, you heard someone talking about cryptocurrency, study it. Don't be just a follower, be a student, right? Do your own research, draw your own conclusions. If you hear someone talking about real estate, study it. And so the earlier that you can study these things, the more knowledge you're going to acquire that's really going to help you when you start your business. So Orlando says, hi, I was on your other channel on Lux Curves. Here's my question. I have a clothing brand that sells at least 1 to 2 items a day. Congratulations. It's been like that for 9 months now. What do you recommend I do to boost sales? So remember that whatever you did to get you where you are today is not going to get you where you need to go tomorrow. So you cannot be comfortable. As soon as you get comfortable, that's when things become stagnant and eventually they drop. So you need to always be on top of things. When you're in business, you have to have the desire to constantly learn, because you need to be on top of the latest marketing methods, how social media can affect your business, who your demographic is, how to target people, how to do SEO, how to do keywords. Like, all of these things are so much, and you have to be willing to learn it. So if you find that you've only been selling 1 to 2 items per day for the last 9 months, maybe it's because you haven't been doing anything new. And so I'm not going to give you a whole list of things that you can do, because there's too many. But my advice to you is to actually, you have to have the desire to learn and to grow, because there's so much out there. You can just go on Google, go on YouTube, learn and research, go to events. Traffic and Conversion Summit, that's an event I go to every year to learn more about marketing. I've already built a business, a successful business, but I can't get comfortable in saying, I built a business and I'm done now. I'm just going to not learn anything else. So I go every year to these events so that I can grow and develop myself and acquire more knowledge that's going to be reinvested into my business and help grow my business. Because an online business, you got to be on top of things, because if you're not, your competition will surpass you very quickly. So if you see that things are the same, that means you need to change your approach. So whatever you're doing now, you got to change it and spice things up. Figure out ways to engage people and get those sales. So DIJ's, when I was talking about my story, says, I'm so jealous, but at the same time inspired. I'm glad you said that because, sometimes people say, I try and not be as flashy as possible because I don't want people to feel like I'm just trying to show off. But I share these things with you about all the places I'm traveling and how blessed I am, because it's a source for you to be inspired, so you can see that this is something that you could create too. If you're jealous, there's no room for jealousy. There's no need for jealousy, because what are you going to do with jealousy? Is that going to actually help you in your life? It's not. It's not going to do any good for you. So if there's something that someone else has that you want, switch that jealousy for inspiration and say, wow, congratulations, that person's living the life that I would dream to live. I'm going to learn from them because I'm going to use them as a source of inspiration so that I can create that for myself. Because if she can do it, then I can do it too. There's nothing special about her. I can do it myself. And so I use that approach with everything. Like, I don't get jealous of people. I mean, I can't say I don't. I very rarely do. I feel inspired by people. When I see someone who's massively successful, who's super beautiful, I give them as many compliments as I can, and I show them how inspiring they are to me, and it helps motivate me and to up level myself to grow from that. So Alexander says, do you see yourself investing in real estate? Actually, yes. So I've been actually taking my own advice and doing a lot of research, because you don't just want to go into something blindly. I've been saving a lot of money over the years, even though I've been traveling, but been able to save a tremendous amount of money in doing that, which is one of the reasons why we moved to Panama, which I'll get into if you guys are interested. But with those savings, I've invested in stocks and, all of that stuff. But I think real estate is a great way to diversify my portfolio. And so I'm interested in investing in real estate. In fact, I'm here at this Airbnb right now in Los Angeles, and this little tiny place on Abbot Kinney is $450 per night. And it's like, there's nothing special about it, believe me. Even the carpet hurts. I was trying to do yoga on the carpet this morning. It was like too painful. So it's just crazy, this new short-term rentals, the opportunities here. And so I'm looking at real estate investment options, and I'm thinking maybe more in Canada because I have family there, so I could rent out my real estate to my family, and it's always good to have a tenant that you can trust. And so yeah, I'm definitely open to that, and just right now focusing on understanding more about it. And actually, Robert Kiyosaki is really the one who inspired me. I've read his books, but I met him in person a few weeks ago at SellerCon in Vegas, and I was chatting with him, and he was just telling me about how real estate is like the best thing that you can do if you really want to earn a lot of money. And so he talks about how you want to use debt to invest into real estate. You don't want to use your own money. So he was sharing with me how he uses other people's money to invest. And so he's $600 million in debt, and he's comfortable with that. Everyone's going to have a different threshold for their comfort level, but he's super wealthy and super rich, and he knows how to do that. He knows how to save money on taxes, and he knows how to make money with debt. Samara says, true, because of you, I start my business, my inventory shipping. I can't wait to start selling on Amazon. I want this life too, my own lady boss. Totally. And I know you can do it. Absolutely. That's why I have this channel. Like, I want to inspire you guys to do this yourself, to become your own boss and have the freedom. At the end of the day, we really all just want freedom to do what we want to do and to live the life that we have. We have only got one life, and what a shame would it be if you spend the majority of your life working at a job that you hate. All those hours put in doing something that you don't enjoy doing. That would be such a pity. And so when you have the opportunity to control your life and to become your own boss, or to do something that you love and that you're passionate about, go for it. Otherwise, you're wasting your life doing things that you're unhappy with. What do you think about selling footwear on Amazon? My initial thought is no, that's not a good idea. Very competitive, but also think about the sizing. Everyone's gonna have a different size. You're gonna need many variations. There's gonna be many returns, just like with my waist trainer products. You know, like a lot of people think, oh, I should copy Tatiana and sell waist trainers on Amazon. It's the worst thing that you could sell as a new seller. It's very, very hard product to make successful. It requires a lot, and I did it in a way that worked, but a lot of people do not succeed with variation products. When you have so many sizes, you have to have the money to be able to afford the different sizes. If someone returns the product, it gets discarded. It's just a challenging product. So if you're brand new to selling on Amazon, my best advice is to go with something simple. The simpler, the better. So simplify your life. You might want to have a very complex product and you're fixed on that, but honestly, that could be the end of you. So start with something simple, and once you gain experience, your second or your third product could be that thing that is more complex, because then you have experience under your belt. So that's what's invaluable, is learning the process. And the simpler you are with your first product, the easier it will be for you, and then you'll be able to make some money that you can reinvest back into the business, and then invest it in a product that maybe is a higher ticket and sells for more money. How long did it take you to start seeing results, earn more money with Amazon FBA? I think it took me, honestly, I have sometimes a bad memory. I can't remember how long it took me. Maybe like a few months. I mean, I was making sales in the first month, but if you're asking how long until I actually saw profits, because in the first couple months, you don't really make profits because you're lowering your price, you're paying for advertising, you're trying to be competitive, you're giving away products, so you don't really make profit. You oftentimes break even. But after that, you start to make profits. So sales I saw right away, but I didn't see profits maybe for 2 or 3 months. Do I still sell on Shopify? Yes. Most of my sales are on Shopify. I sell only like $30,000 a month on Amazon. I don't touch my Amazon. Nobody manages it. It just sits there. If someone wants to buy a product, they buy a product. But I actually put no effort into Amazon because I want people to buy from Shopify now, because I make way more profit margins on Shopify. So, I have Amazon available for people who do want to purchase on there. The products I sell there are very limited. I only sell a small portion of the products, but I have so many more products available on my website, so people want to buy on my website more often. Hi Tatiana, how can I create an amazing selling machine? So Amazing Selling Machine is actually the name of a course. This is a training course that I took when I first started, and it's a course that I've been recommending to people for all these years, because to this day, 6 years later, it's still the #1 training program. So nobody has been able to beat it in terms of creating a course to teach you to sell on Amazon. So it's called the Amazing Selling Machine, and I'm an affiliate for that course. So if you purchase the course through me, I get a commission, and because I get a commission, I'm able to offer bonuses. And so people ask me all the time, Tatiana, do you do coaching? And I don't. But if someone purchases this course, they get coaching as a free bonus. So I offer about $7,000 worth of bonuses, which includes 6 months of personalized coaching from me. And this is the only way that at the moment that someone can get coaching from me. So if you're interested in taking the course, if you're very serious about this business, I recommend you take the course. Then it's linked in my description of this video, which I can link later for you. But if you go to luxcurves.com/ASM bonuses, it's linked there. Or I'll type it in here for you. But yeah, it's an amazing course. I'm a big affiliate for it because I recommend it to all my family and friends. Everyone's taken it. And yeah, I have a really good bonus offer. Tatiana, I live in Rio de Janeiro. Awesome, I've got a lot of family there. Do you think it's more complicated to contact suppliers in China, for example? Absolutely not. Because you're contacting them online. You're just contacting them through email or through Skype or through Messenger. You know, it doesn't matter where you are in the world. You know, I could be in Turkey, I could be in Rio de Janeiro, I could be in China, and I could still contact suppliers. You don't, oftentimes suppliers don't like to talk over the phone. They talk via email or via Skype because of the English. So absolutely super easy to contact suppliers anywhere in the world. So Priscilla asks, hey Tatiana, what drives the most traffic to your website? So I actually, the most traffic, you mean, oh, to my, so I've got like different businesses. So to the Luxe Curves, the Amazon, the physical products business, the one that drives the most traffic is my YouTube channel. So I have spent $0 in marketing with the Luxe Curves business, which is actually, when I talk to people, it's very unheard of. Most companies don't manage to spend $0 in marketing. And the reason I was able to do that is because I used social media to my advantage. So I was very quick to realize the power of social media. I was okay with being the face of my brand. You absolutely don't have to be, but I was okay with it. And so I started the Luxe Curves YouTube channel, and now has 140,000 subscribers. But the subscribers isn't what matters, is the view count. And if you look at the videos, there are many videos with hundreds of thousands of views, and all of those people, they buy from the Luxe Curves website. So that's why I'm able to spend nothing in marketing and have good profit margins, because people go straight from YouTube to the website. So it's really, you know, a big deal. And I'm actually thinking about creating my own type of social media training, because this is something that a lot of people are challenged with. A lot of people don't understand how to use social media for business. And there are some other courses out there, but I think my approach has been pretty unique, and I've got advice for people who also don't want to be the face of the brand. So I'm actually considering doing some sort of training like that for you guys. Let me know if you'd be interested in that. So someone said, what would you say to someone who's scared to waste money and fail at this? Well, okay, so say you do fail at it. At least you tried. Would you have preferred to spend, 5 years from now, wish that you had started, instead of looking back and saying, oh, I wish I had started. I wish I at least tried. I think trying and failing is better than not trying at all, because at least you know that you put in effort. At least you know that what you could have created. And I think that so many people have regrets in life, regrets that they didn't take action. And I personally be much happier to try something and fail than to not try at all. And understanding that there's no such thing as failure, there's only lessons learned. And so when you see every mistake, every failure as a lesson, it doesn't stop you from trying again, because you just say, you know what, it's okay. Part of life, part of success, success only happens when you've failed. And if you ask anyone who's super successful, they didn't just have success the first attempt. It took them time after time of failing before they actually succeeded. How many times does a basketball player actually get the basketball in the hoop? It takes many times of practicing, of failing, of missing the hoop before they actually master it, and they're able to shoot straight into the hoop. And it's the same thing with business. So many people, they failed. The guy from Kentucky Fried Chicken, he had this recipe for his fried chicken that is amazing, and he had to go and ask thousands of people if they wanted to sell his Kentucky Fried Chicken, and everyone said no. So he failed time after time after time. But if he got discouraged every time he failed, then he would not have achieved what he has now. And you see KFC all over the place, right? It only existed because he was okay with knocking on people's door and them slamming the door in his face. And he says, okay, I'm not gonna take it personally, I'm gonna move on. Next please. And that's the thing, it's like if you fail, you can't take it personally, you just have to see it as, okay, what can I learn from this? How could I have improved my approach? How could I have communicated better? And that's all it is. And man, like sometimes you guys might not realize this, I fail all the time, I make mistakes all the time, but it's part of the process, you know? Like one thing I've been challenged with is over the last year, I've spent like almost 20 grand on bookkeeping. Like bookkeeping does not cost you 20 grand, no matter how elaborate your business is, but it's because I've hired the wrong people and I took too long to fire them. And so what I've learned is that you need to be quick to fire when things are not working out and be able to notice that and cut the cord. And I've learned a lot from that. So that 20 grand, although it may seem like it was wasted, it's actually a very valuable lesson that I'm going to take with me into my business and apply it to all areas of life. Same thing with friendships, with family, everything. Like, you can't be afraid to cut the cord. And so that's the thing with everything in life. You know, it's like, if you're so scared to try things, then you're never going to live your best life, because that's the thing. A lot of anything that's new is new, and there's going to be fear because you've never done it before. But once you do it once, it becomes familiar and it's not so scary anymore. So just understand the fear, feel the fear, but do it anyways if you know it's going to benefit you and improve your life and ultimately make you a greater person. Because every experience in life is just an experience. But what we do as humans is we take that experience and we put a label on it. We say, oh, that was good, or that was bad. Oh, when I saw that snake and it scared me, that was a bad experience. Oh, when I had that movie night, that was a good experience. But at the end of the day, they're all experiences, and each experience makes you a greater person, because the more experiences you have, the more evolved you are, the more you experience life, and it always makes you a greater person. You become more wise, you increase your consciousness level, and at the end of the day, that's life. Life is just a bunch of moments and a bunch of experiences. So appreciate each experience and see the beauty in it and the lessons that you can learn from it. Okay. Where am I? Okay, I lost my spot, so I might have missed a few questions, but I don't think I'll be able to answer everyone anyways. Tatiana, don't you think that young people 12 to 15 years old should also be kids? Absolutely, of course. I didn't say that they shouldn't be kids. But if the kid is spending 3 hours watching music videos, well, if the kid wants to grow and he's asking the question of how he can improve his life and start a business, then use that 3 hours to do something that's actually going to benefit you or help you or develop you. So yeah, there's balance. Life is all about balance, right? Like, you can't be an extreme with anything. Like, I've had moments in my life where it's like extreme business and super focused and grind, but then what's it all for? If you spend all your life working so hard to achieve success and you never get a moment to enjoy it, then what the hell is it all for? I was talking with my friend the other day, and she was saying how, like, she knows a lot of successful people, and oftentimes what happens is they all work really hard, and that's great and it's admirable, but what about your life balance? What about your lifestyle? And some people don't value that a lot, but some people, they don't know how to have that balance. And one thing that I'm really appreciative of is how I've come to this understanding of what I want. Because I was at a crossroads where it's like when you start an online business, let me try and explain this. When you start an online business, all of a sudden it's like all of these opportunities come your way. Like the doors open and everyone presents you with an opportunity, and it's so easy to say yes, 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 because it's like it's easy, and you take these opportunities and you grow, 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 and your business grows, and then you can become very consumed with your business. And what happened with me is I initially started my business because, like I said to you, I wanted to be able to travel the world and have a business that allows me to do that. It wasn't really to have like a company that's like the number one company in the industry. It wasn't to have like 100 employees. It wasn't to build something that's massive. It was never about that. It was about just having something small that supports the lifestyle. But when you start a business and you take all these opportunities, soon that develops into something else. And so when I started my Amazon business, I was able to take care of it myself. But then I started to hire people and have more employees and have a team. And now I have like a big team that it's a lot more to manage. And so I got to the point where I was working so much and my body physically was acting out, and I was having many symptoms and problems, and I didn't understand what was the cause, and it was because of stress. Because I took a lot of time off in Brazil. As you guys know, I went to Brazil and I spent a lot of time with my cousin, and when I was there, I wasn't doing any work. And my body just completely changed and relaxed and healed itself because I was under such stress and I didn't even notice it because it was like a constant stress, so you have nothing to compare it to. Anyways, I realized what my priorities were. My priorities were at that time to build a huge business and be the number one in my industry. But the reasons for that was just significance. Like it was just ego. And even though it was at the cost of my health and my relationship and my lifestyle, and I was okay with that because I wanted to be number one. And now I'm just like, that's just ridiculous. You know, right now I'm fine, I'm satisfied, I'm happy with what I've built. Yes, of course I want to grow, but at the end of the day, I value my relationship more than my business. I value my lifestyle. I value my health. Like all of these things are a much higher priority than the significance of having this really big company. And so what you'll find, and you might notice this as well, like many entrepreneurs, many people very popular on social media, it's like grind, 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 work your ass off, hustle, hustle. And yeah, there is a stage in life where that is applicable. When you're first starting a business, everyone's got to grind. If you don't grind, you're never going to really succeed. But once you've achieved your success, why do you have to keep working like that? Why do you have to continue to grind like that? It's like at the end of the day, what are you doing it all for? And so I'm happy with not being a billionaire. I'm fine if I know that that's going to be at the sake of my health, my relationships, my lifestyle. It's not worth it to me. So I value like my lifestyle. I value traveling and yeah. I don't know where I was going with this, but basically what I'm trying to say is that I know that if I had been the entrepreneur who puts her head down and just does a lot of work, and does not travel the world like I've been traveling, my business would be a lot bigger than it is now. I would make a lot more money than I make now because I know that the opportunities are there and I know what to do to get my business to that level. But I chose not to do that because I wanted to have all these experiences in my life. And I knew that if I were to put my head down, live in one place, and just grind, I would miss out on those experiences. And so it's all about values. What do you value? And being clear on that. That's why I tell people, like, when you start this, know what it is that you want and know your reason why you want it. Because that's gonna help guide you. You're gonna come into challenges, you're gonna have to make decisions. And when you're not sure on what decision to take, your why is gonna help you make that decision. Because when I have opportunities now, I have many people, they present me with opportunities, many people who want me to be an affiliate for their program. I can make a lot of money, but I turn down a lot of people because I think about my reasons why, and I think about what the opportunity cost is. There's an opportunity cost to everything. And so I decide, is it worth it? Yes, I could make 10 grand, but I'd actually rather just travel, or I'd rather just spend extra time, or whatever it may be. So be very clear on that. Just a heads up. Oh, I'm hot. Do you still pay for inspections on every order from the same suppliers? No. So once you've established a relationship with your suppliers, you know you're good. You know that you can trust them. They want you to succeed because the more money you make, the more inventory you're going to order from them. So they help you. But it's only in the initial phases when you're just getting to know your suppliers. What's been the most fulfilling aspect of becoming a millionaire? Honestly, it's gonna sound, cliche, but it's being able to contribute and to give back. I'm a softie. I used to spend when I remember I was like 10 years old, I would watch World Vision on Sundays and seeing all the children who need help and crying. And I remember when I was really young, I sponsored a child. I did a paper route. My first job was a paper route. And I was making like $6 a week or something like that. And I sponsored a child from World Vision. And it was like so powerful for me. I felt so good. And I remember I would get photos from this kid. And now it's being able to do that at a larger scale. Like, that's what money can do. You can help support not just one child, but a whole community. You can help take children who want to go to school so bad, but they don't have a school to go to, and give them that chance to go to school. You can take kids who are gifted and who are super smart and who never had a chance at going to college and having a career, and now they get that opportunity because you're able to contribute on that level. And so I think that's like the coolest thing, is to be able to have a reason that's bigger than yourself. And when I was just in Kenya, and I was in a little village called Bogani, and I was teaching with Stefan a class of about 25 students who are learning business. And I was teaching them about online business. And it was like such a hard concept for them to grasp because they don't even use computers there. They have sometimes, some of them have cell phones, but in this little village, there's very limited access to internet. They didn't even know what Google was. And so I was teaching them about, the opportunities that are going to come their way, because they're about 5 to 10 years behind us. And so it's only a matter of time before the access to these resources comes there. And so I was just sharing that with them. But the cool thing was how much desire they have to learn. Like, they want to learn so badly. They're sitting there taking notes and listening and trying to really understand the words that we're saying, even though English is not their first language. Versus the kids in North America, they're like passing notes when you do a lecture in their class. They don't care at all. So it's just like very cool to see how much they care, and to be able to contribute to that, to be able to give them the chance to go to school and to change their lives and change the lives of their family. So that's the most fulfilling thing. At the end of the day, like, I can buy my Louis Vuitton bags, and I can buy my nice house and my nice car, and yeah, those are great. You can't feel guilty about buying those things for yourself, but those aren't going to fulfill you on the true level, at the deep level. So the most fulfilling thing is being able to contribute beyond yourself, and that's the deepest need that humans have. We might not know it when we're just trying to survive, but at the end of the day, when you've made enough to support your lifestyle and your family, it's about contributing beyond yourself. Because we all want to help each other. We all live on the same planet. We're all brothers and sisters. Not everyone has the same opportunities that you have. Okay, I think I'm gonna answer just a couple more questions because we're at 45 minutes. I'm just trying to find a question that's going to be relevant for more people. Okay. So it seems like you guys are interested in a social media course. So I might start working on that during the fourth quarter. Or maybe just like branding in general, because I think people are lost about how to build a brand as well. So a lot of these things I answer in my videos. If you guys actually have your notifications turned on, then you'll be notified when I have videos come out and you'll watch them, because a lot of these questions I answer in my videos, so I can tell that you're not watching all of the videos. Okay, last question. So talk a little bit about the FBA process, start to fulfillment. But that's what this whole channel's about, guys. Like, you gotta watch the videos, because I can't tell you how this business works in the next 2 minutes. You know, you have to watch the videos that go into detail about each step. Like, you have to dedicate the time to actually learn it. You can't just expect the answer to be given to you in 2 minutes. Like, there's much more to discuss, and that's why I have the videos out there available at your disposal for free to watch. You know, in the description there's a link for if you go to luxcurves.com/online biz, there's a video training series that I'm going to send to your inbox that you can go through, and you know, that's a good start if you want to get started. Okay, last question. Do you pay for product liability insurance? Is it worth paying for? I'm in the UK. So that's definitely an option. It depends on the nature of your product. So if you have a product that is that has a liability risk, you know, like something that's ingestible, something that's topical, something that's for babies or small children, then it could be worth getting liability insurance, okay? Because it's gonna protect you. But if you have a product like a phone case, you don't need liability insurance for that. Nobody's gonna sue you for that, you know? And then another way to protect yourself is to set up a corporation, or, you know, it depends where you're from. So if you set up a corporation, if someone sues you for whatever reason, they don't sue you personally, they sue your company. And so if you now have a home and you've got a car and you have all these assets under your personal name, that's not in jeopardy, because they'll be suing the company and whatever the company owns. So having a corporation is a liability shelter. It protects you. It's also a tax shelter. There's a lot of tax benefits to setting up a corporation. So I do recommend that if you are starting a business, if you're serious about it, you know, if you know you're going to make thousands of dollars, then set it up from the beginning as a company. You can do it as self-employed. You can register on Amazon as self-employed, become a sole proprietor. That just means that all of your income will be going to you personally, but you're gonna pay higher taxes on that income, right? So for example, I think in Canada, my personal taxes, I pay like 40 something percent, almost 50%, but business taxes are like 20%, I don't even know, something, it's lower. So your business taxes are lower than your personal taxes, because the government wants people to have businesses and employ people. And if you actually read Robert Kiyosaki's book, he talks about that, because if you really want to save money on taxes, all you have to do is do what the government wants you to do. The government wants you to have businesses. The government wants you to employ people. The government wants you to provide shelter for people, housing. The government wants you to do oil and gas, like all of these different things. So if you do what the government wants you to do, you save money. So there's nothing illegal about it. That's why the rich don't pay taxes. And people complain that the rich don't pay taxes, but there are reasons that they don't pay taxes. It's because they're providing so much for the economy and for the community. And it doesn't matter what their intentions are, whether it's to save taxes or to actually be a good person, regardless, they're still providing that. So anyways, you can do more research on that. So I think that's gonna wrap up my stream. Thank you guys for joining me. Sorry that I'm a little bit low energy. I'm quite tired today. But it was great chatting, and I'll be doing live streams. I'll try and do them more often, but make sure you hit the bell symbol on my channel, the gray bell symbol, because then you'll actually be notified when I go live, and you can catch me, you can ask me questions, and then also you can watch my other videos, because I know some of you haven't watched them all, and if you're really sincerely interested in Amazon FBA, you know, you gotta watch the videos. They're free, they're for you. It's like I'm making this content to help you, and so if you're not willing to take in that content and watch them, then that's your choice. All right, bye guys, take care.